And we are live again. Hello, hello. I'm Fernanda from the Rose Meditation, and again I have Nuno here with me. Hello, Nuno. How are
Hello, I'm
you?
good. And
Good,
you?
good, very good. I'm so glad because today, beyond us, I also have our cats here participating on our podcast. I have Guy, our 13 years old cat, and he decided that he would be here today, and I'm completely okay with that.
Yes.
So, Nuno, today we're going to talk about who we are in front of the camera or in our daily lives. Uh, the idea is to talk about those reality shows where we are overexposed all the time and kind of being manipulated. And the idea is to show my opinion. Okay,
Yep.
it is what it is, but those reality shows, the idea is to show the worst version of ourselves.
So true.
Because when you are home, supposedly you have a good routine, you have a good routine of sleep, of doing your meals, preparing your meals, nurturing yourself, doing some exercises. You can relax, you can, like, you have a lot of tools to manage your daily life. But when you are overexposed, for example, in those reality shows that people really love, the idea is to overwhelm the participants with the triggers that are going to bring down their emotional stability. So that's the main subject, main topic here today.
Yes.
Okay, what do you have to talk to us about that?
Yeah. I think we have a choose of wrong words about those programs. I know that people say as a reality show, as an entertainment thing that happens mostly on TV, but it's a game. Okay, so it should be 24 hours overviewed game where only one wins. And the rules of those shows are to make people fail to get out, so one stays till the end, and he's the winner or she's the winner.
And it doesn't mean that it's the best person.
No, it's not. Okay, so I think the way that everything was built was actually to put the worst of you, and you become a survivor, and the strongest survivor probably will be the one that will win the competition, because it is a competition.
I think you would do great with that, but I think I would fail in the first day. Like, it brings me anxiety just thinking about having a camera over me 24/7, not being able to sleep, not being able to like have my daily basis life. And also the exposure, being with people all the time. You have people around you every time. Like, your social battery has to be infinite to be able to handle that. And mine is not a big one, even though I work on that, and I've been working on that for more than 30 years now. It's still limited. So I think I would fail greatly in the first day.
That is something that is not attractive to me. I don't like to talk to strangers. It's not one thing that I'm comfortable with. I'm a good friend, but not easy to make friends. So that will be like if I was there, the first week would be a nightmare for me, for several reasons. But I think those reality shows, they can bring a lot of good insights for those who are willing to have a better life. Okay? For example, it's very common that what you see on those shows is what happens in a smaller scale in companies
Mm.
because you need to have that social battery to stay so many hours with so many people
Not
from nine
chosen
to
by
seven.
you.
You're not chosen by you. Okay. So even though it is a game on the TV and people are peaky and they are pushing you to be the worst, sometimes in companies, mostly the traditional ones, it's kind of the same, and it's the culture of the company. And so, for example, if us as mentors as well will have to do a work with them, the first thing that we need to do is quit
Mhm.
in a show. Because if you're dealing with that stress or anxiety of being overwhelmed with so many people that you don't know, that you haven't choose to be with, and you need to interact so many hours, even if it was not a reality show 24/7, even if it was just from 9 to 7 or nine
Mhm.
to five,
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, it will also be very, very demanding,
Yes.
as it is for a lot of people while working. And so it brings a sense of the problems that sometimes exist in companies, but it
Mhm.
also exists in families.
Mhm. Of course.
They decide, let's go all on vacation. How many? All of us.
20.
20, and all the cousins and all the uncles and
Everyone together.
everyone
Same
together,
house.
same house.
Sleeping together.
See, sometimes you make those decisions of creating your own big brother, even without the cameras, and it's still very, very challenging.
It is.
And it seems like you have rules of competition to survive till the end of your holidays.
Oh my goodness. So
If you see it
true.
that way, okay?
Yeah.
Not that I'm a fan of those reality shows. I'm not. I think I just watched the first season here in Portugal because it
Okay.
was something new. But then on the second, I just saw, oh, it's the same, just
Mhm.
different people, same rules, same everything.
Mhm.
It was not so attractive, and then I stopped watching. Uh, but you notice that being together, being in a limited space, being with your vital space, always on check,
Uh-huh.
kind of, and your routines are off. Uh, you cannot choose like to eat organic because you also need to have budget for the cigarettes of others or whatever. Okay, so it's very, very challenging for all of your choices. You will always choose something limit to the group.
And
Mm.
adding a layer, you have to consider everyone as an opponent.
Yep.
And this is not how I like to live my
No,
life.
me neither.
I'm that person that believes that there's space for everyone. We can be collaborators, not competitors. So maybe that would be the most difficult
Mhm.
part for me because I don't think that this competition way of living is a very smart one.
It is not. But then, if you transpose to other sports, competitive sports, it is not the skill that will make you a winner. It will be your emotional intelligence,
Yes.
how you regulate your emotions during the competition that will help you, that will assist your winning chances.
Mhm.
And so it's also a very interesting way of looking. If they are competing, it's not the best human that is going
No,
to win a reality show.
not at
Not
all.
at all. Probably the one that will be tougher on their emotional regulation.
Or more manipulative.
Yeah, or more protective somehow, having
Mhm.
the some interesting boundaries
Mhm.
so that person is not affected by the other's behavior and all of that. So it depends. And then if you transpose it to other sports, and even if it's a one against one, like snooker,
Mhm.
okay, you're
Mhm.
there, it is the same. It's not about the skills of hitting balls and all of that.
It's about emotional management.
It is about emotional management. And so I know that, so if we think about that as a game, you need to prepare yourself as any other sports or competition, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to prepare yourself, which is training your skills for that game.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, it happens in the Olympics, it happens in all the big events. The emotional side of the competition is as important as the physical skills.
Yes, no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm. So it's not different in a reality show. It is kind of the same.
Okay.
I'm just trying to avoid the gossip subject of a reality show, which is the thing that bring more views.
The most
into the
attractive
show.
characteristic.
Yes, it is attractive. It makes more people to watch the show. I understand, but because we like to work with the human behavior and the human aspect of living a mindful life, I see it as a game, and so it is interesting to see it in a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
For example, as how well prepared were you to be there playing the game, and how well prepared were you for your emotional regulation to deal with all the situations. And being such an intensive program or game or challenge, you really need to rest. You really need to do everything else, and also you're limited.
Yes.
So it is almost like I wouldn't say a war zone nowadays. It wouldn't be well interpreted by others, but it's almost okay. Where you're limited to your all of your choices in life, just to surpass the challenge, and having your other participants as competitors leaving the house.
You can't take anything for granted in those situations.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the relation that you're thinking. It does make sense a lot.
And then if you put that in the work environment, if you have two people working in the same company and there's a chance of just one staying in a position or getting a promotion, you will act as a reality show competitor.
Yes, probably.
And that's the thing, okay? You forget about being a good human being and you start to look at others as competitors. And you're going to do everything to make the other one fail and leave the house. I'll say leave the house as an example. Leave the competition. And it's not the only way of competing.
Yes.
I agree with you. Collaboration is, I think it's the best way to work, to live, to make projects.
Exactly. But no, transposing that to our day-to-day life. We basically are talking about emotional resilience. We are talking about having a good routine. We are talking about building a stronger mind or a stronger emotional body or this kind of thing. And bringing this subject to the table now, there is this person that we admire a lot, that is Dr. Daniel Amen from UCLA. And for what I'm seeing now, he's the person maybe today that has more studies on the brain, and he has thousands of brain images, and he works in this relationship, and this is how it relates to what we do and to this ancestral way of training, because he studies our brain, and he already proved that the health of the brain, it's not just by chance, it's not just by our biology, genetics or anything like that, but it's built from your choices, from your habits, from your nurturing, and so on. So I think we could talk a little bit how we can build a stronger and more resilient brain and body using those concepts and those techniques that we do have and we do use in our lives.
Yeah. So the first thing is our practice. It's the me time that it is encouraged by many of those authors and researchers, that having the time for yourself, doing something for yourself. You don't need to be isolated to do that. You can do it in a group class, but you do it for yourself. And you kind of close the doors of perception, and you look kind of inwards, not in a selfish way, quite the opposite, but to have that time of a mental reset and having that time of quality for yourself. It is essential, and our method, the Rose method, brings that.
Yes.
Okay. And besides that, you can align that with better choices. And most of them are related to good routines.
Yes.
Sleeping is essential. And then the good thing, during the class, you're going to do a relaxation exercise that even if you are struggling to sleep, probably you will improve. You can transpose what you've learned in a class to the entering of your sleep. Also, because most of our classes are physically challenging, you're going to also sleep better, because we know when we do some kind of body exercise, physical exercise, one of the consequences is to improve your night of sleep. So you have that. And then also to be more mindful of what you eat, which means the size, it means the amount of things and diversity that you put in on your plate,
the
choices that you have. And most of the countries in the world and most of the cities that people live in, we have those choices. We are not limited to what the field has.
Yeah.
Or what the local market has. Most people have a wider choices in the market, in the grocery store. So be mindful. Don't pick always the same thing. Just open your mind to more things. And that's about the nutrition. Drinking water, as we know, okay?
Yeah.
When we avoid coffee, alcoholic beverages, and all of that, also helps to keep you hydrated, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going back to Dr. Daniel Wayman, he has this large study of the impact of both things, alcohol and I would say marijuana or drugs in general, on the size and the shape of the brain. And it's quite impressive to see the damages that those substances cause in our brain. But at the same time, how our brain, it's different than what we thought, than the previous paradigm that the brain doesn't recover. It can recover parts of. And he shows that in those studies. The habits, the choices, the alcohol intake, the drugs intake, like how those things are gonna build healthier brains, and the connection between the food or the intake, the brain, and the emotional resilience. I'm kind of mesmerized by all those connections.
Yeah. And there's the thing also, because he gives, if you follow him on Instagram, he brings a lot of his personal choices. Like what he has for breakfast, and then I went out to take a coffee with a friend. What did I order on a Starbucks, for example? Okay, and he brings that into the reality of your choices, and he makes like, oh, okay, he's not just a great scientist, great researcher, and then he's not doing what he is teaching or finding out with those brain scans that he has. And there's another detail in our methodology which is this progressive choices.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want our students to be in stress, like saying, oh, you're sleeping wrong, oh, you're eating wrong.
Yeah.
We will never say that. Never. But there's a big chance people start practicing during their me time classes and then start making better decisions gradually. And they talk to us, oh, I noticed that you've mentioned this. I start doing, you are a great reference. I'm doing something similar. I'm upgrading my life somehow. And that attitude, I don't find it anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
All the others kind of are pushy to say, you're wrong, you're doing it wrong. No, I think each one has his own time to make the better decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and gradually, because we believe in something sustainable
Mm-hmm.
and in a long term.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
More than say, I'm going to quit coffee, alcohol, this, and that, blah, 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 and then I mess up in 2 days.
Yes, yes. I was thinking about this concept of floor and ceiling life.
Ah, yeah.
There is the difference between not doing anything and doing everything.
Yeah.
And it's not one option or the other. You can, and we should, try to improve every day, but we don't have to be at the ceiling level every day. Like, it's a path. It has to be fun. It has to be sustainable. It has, you have someone's marriage, someone's birthday. You, like, there are a lot of things happening while we are planning, and this is called life.
Mhm.
So today you couldn't drink 2 liters of water. Okay, you drank 1 liter. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
And having this
Mhm.
this kind of negotiation with yourself.
Yeah, that's what I call adaptability, flexibility in life,
Mhm.
which is not living a very strict, rigid
Boring.
lifestyle. Most of the time, it's boring. Okay.
Because you know, I don't drink alcohol, but I really love a good coffee.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw, I think it was on a plant-based profile on Instagram. Someone commented, I would follow a plant-based diet except for ice cream. It was the thing that for that person,
It's okay.
and the answer was lovely. So be plant-based except for ice cream.
Mhm.
Make that your
Goal.
plant-based version for yourself.
Yes.
You don't need to be full in or full out. Don't worry about that.
Mhm.
And I think that that is kind of our way of
Living.
inspiring people and living our life, to have that lightness approach, but at the same time, we are very disciplined. Once we make our decisions, we go full on.
We say hi to the doorman.
Yes, and so it goes. Like, there are a few things that are non-negotiable, like saying good day to the doorman,
or the cleaning lady.
yeah, and all of that. Okay, so those choices that we've made, they are non-negotiable for what we believe, our values, the way that we see life.
Mhm.
Others are still in the progress.
Coffee, for example.
Yeah, the same thing with the practice. Okay, we are like the DeRose teachers. We are not all hyper flexible as most people think we are. We are not.
Yeah.
All of us are still improving flexibility.
Mhm.
All of us are still improving balance. All of us are still improving our breathwork rhythms.
Mhm.
All of us are still. It is a progress, never ending, but in a pleasant way. We have fun, we enjoy, and then but then when we make the right decisions, oh, this change, I was planning to do this change, it's upgrading my life for years.
Mhm.
Damn, I feel good. Now it's non-negotiable
Yes.
because it is authentic.
Yes.
So you're building that authenticity through life.
Yes.
And that's how, when we think about the connection between the reality shows and our way of teaching, and connecting also how Daniel Amian was talking about the habits and how they shape your brain, we are just making the right thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. And inspiring our students to do the same, which is lovely. That's what
It is.
makes me go very excited to give classes, is being able to do that.
Yeah. No, but I want to come back before we finish 2
Mhm.
or 3 subjects ago.
Yep.
Talking about the resilience, the emotional resilience, and how to work with that. And I do have a very practical tip that I use with myself. I use with my mentorees. I bring to my students. Sometimes I bring to my friends, and I would like to share here today. That is understanding what are your triggers, what brings you anxiety, what makes you lose your the control of your emotions, of your behavior, because people can play with that, not in a good way.
Mhm.
Like they can manipulate us with that, because if they understand our weaknesses, they can
Yeah, manipulate it. That's it. That's the
provoke you
word.
to a bad behavior, and then you're gonna lose a fight or a discussion or even a presentation. So if you understand what are your personal triggers, you can avoid them, but also you can become more resistant to them, exposing yourself to those kinds of experiences that usually bring you stress, but then bringing you more resilience, developing your resilience. So try to understand what are your triggers, but at the same time, understand what are your glimmers, because glimmers, yeah, it's a
Fancy
thing.
word.
It's a thing that I learned some time ago, that it's quite the same thing as the triggers, but in a good way. What are the things that bring you glimmer? Not your triggers, but your glimmers that are going to bring you to that kind of emotional and mental state that you really like. You're proud of yourself, you feel happy, you feel fulfilled. What are your glimmers? Like for me, I love being with my friends, with people I love, with our pets. And for this year, I made a commitment to myself to be very regular in my practices, because, as Nuno was saying, we all are a work in progress. And I'm not competing with anyone, I'm just working on myself. So I decided that I was going to do 4 practices with another teacher of the Rose method, of this ancestral way of training, 4 times a week. And 4 months later, I can tell you that even though there are things around us happening that, of course, they have some impact on us, but we react way better because we have our emotions regulated, because of the routine that we have, because of the foods, our intakes, but also because of the impact of our practices in my body.
Mhm.
To work on my breath work, the body techniques, the meditation, the relaxation, I can feel, even 30 years later, I can feel the impact of the techniques in my body. So I'm not saying come practice because it works, but I'm saying that because it's a big difference. So that's what I'd like to say before we finish. You wanna add up anything?
Yeah, that I like to have you in my classes.
Woo! Okay, so how can everyone be part of your class? No, no.
Quite easy. You
Mhm.
can, if you're on Instagram, go to our bio. We have a link to start a 14-day free trial.
Mhm.
No cash, no nothing. There's no
Mhm.
credit card, nothing. It's just a full experience of joining for 14 days live classes on Zoom with real teachers on the other side, a big community attending those classes as well. and it's a lovely experience. If you're on YouTube, you can see the description of the video down, and you also have the same link to start your 14-day trial.
And if by any reason it doesn't work, just call us. We're going to be on the other side of the screen and we're going to help you. We want to see you in our classes. And if you don't like it, there's not a problem. But if you do, maybe it's going to change your life for good.
Yeah, so you're invited.
Have a mindful week.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.